mind numbing because like time didn't feel real because we were kind of in a casino, like, and it felt like we just didn't go outside.
Last few episodes of this show take place at CinemaCon,
Mhm.
which was really fun for me because I just went to CinemaCon like last week, so it was absolutely fitting to be able to see these final two episodes that take place there. What was it like for the production to shift to Las Vegas?
It was nuts. Um, Vegas was at that time 114 degrees. So I remember being like, it is so hot. So we were just it felt kind of mind numbing because like time didn't feel real because we were kind of in a casino, like, and it felt like we just didn't go outside. It was really cool. I flew back from a trip early just to make it because I was like, I want to be a part of this. And it felt so real because every other time I shot was on a lot. It was on the Warner Brothers lot. And so it being like on set in Vegas, being in the space, it just made it feel so much more real. And so that was some of the most fun that we had filming.
Some of those scenes are just they looked incredibly fun to film, such as like just like Dave Franco yelling wildly about drugs. Can you talk about some of those experiences that you got to partake in within that setting?
Yes, I feel like that was one of those days where I was kind of like, what am I a part of? Like James Franco, Zoe Kravitz, and being like, oh, like this is even Bryan Cranston, like the amount, like his comedy, his physical comedy was so amazing. Um, it it was just fast. It was like fast and fun in a way that I was kind of taken aback in like the best way. And then there's a shot like at the end where we're all kind of standing on stage, like yelling like movies. And that was like an out of body experience where I was kind of looking down this line, seeing like what ensemble I was a part of. And it was like I took a mental picture because I was like, oh, this is one of those moments that feels very special to me. And I couldn't anticipate this, but now I'm a part of this thing. And it felt so special. And I got emotional being like, oh my God, like there was like confetti, and it was just such it felt very true to the moment in my like soul. I
Yeah.
felt it be like, oh, this is I feel exactly the way they want me to feel, which is full of gratitude.
Which was crazier, doing some of those scenes with like Dave Franco and that party, or having to drag Bryan Cranston around just completely wasted throughout all these casinos.
I feel like the Bryan Cranston stuff. Like I've been a fan of Bryan Cranston for a very long time. Malcolm in the Middle was my show. I loved it so much. And I thought Hal was just like the perfect dad. Like it was just he's so funny. And then I think for so long he became known for like his drama. And so to see him kind of lean back so hard into like absurd, just like comedy, like it's insane to see, and he was so in it, and I just hope that like I can be able to be so funny for so long. Like I just was like, this is a beautiful marker of his career to be able to jump back and forth and still be able to be so committed to the bit. Um, so yeah, I think that was kind of like the highlight for sure.
Yeah. How familiar were you with CinemaCon as a whole, like prior to like the shooting of this? Were you really familiar with how the whole event worked and what studio presentations look like?
I wasn't specifically like I knew about like studio presentations, but I didn't know that CinemaCon was like a thing.
Yeah.
I knew like, oh yeah, like there are presentations where like people they come and they say like this is what we're doing, but I've never really felt dialed into like the specific ones. I would just generally just see the presentations online afterwards and be like, okay, these are the movies that are coming out. And so when I saw it and it's like, oh, this is not made up. I thought it was just like, oh, they just making this up for the show. And there were
Yeah.
so many things I had to kind of learn after the fact, but I would be pretending that I knew in real time. Like the player, people were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, yeah, the player. And then I was like, what the hell is the player? And then I had to go secretly watch it and be like, oh, this is what y'all been talking about. Okay, I'm on board now.